Hello there! In this video I will be repainting a pair of boots and a mini JanSport backpack. Here are the boots that I'm going to repaint. The brand is Zero Shoes, Zero with an X. They don't make these boots anymore. I've had these for about 5 years. They're dirty, they're gross. I keep cleaning them, but they keep getting stained. So I'm just going to repaint them so that instead of exposed bare canvas that stains easily, hopefully the fabric paint layer will be easier to clean off, especially if I painted a dark color, and the stains won't be as noticeable. So I've done about 2-3 coats on both of these shoes with the Tulip matte black paint. But the thing about this paint is it's extremely glittery. I don't know if you can really see it on camera, but it's super sparkly and I don't want them to be sparkly boots. So I'm going to mix this textile medium with some acrylic to hopefully make a less sparkly paint just to go as a thin coat over the top of this. This textile medium is pretty cool. You can turn your acrylic paint into fabric paint. You just mix 2 parts acrylic with 1 part of this and then let it dry. Once I was done painting the boots, I moved on to the backpack. So here's the backpack. It's a mini JanSport backpack. I'd say it's roughly 16 years old. It's cycled through a few siblings. It was mine first in kindergarten, and it's gone through a couple sisters. And it's in great condition, minus some giant stains that did not wash out. So I thought I would try and attempt to repaint the entire thing. I wanted a small backpack, but I didn't want to pay $20 to $40 for a new one, so I thought I would just see if I could revamp this old one and have it look less childish and stained. Okay, during the first coat of white, I realized that I needed to stuff this so that I could actually get into all the little ledges and levels of the backpack, so I stuffed it with some just grocery bags. After several coats of white, I went in with some colors. I chose to do a turquoise, dark blue, and black theme. I used lots of masking tape to help keep my edges clean and stop the black from spreading everywhere. The first turquoise coat of pure tulip paint was super thin, so I mixed it with a little bit of turquoise acrylic paint and some of that textile medium. I painted the straps by watering down some black and letting it soak in. I didn't want to do straight paint on the straps and make them too thick and stiff, so watering down the black paint was a really great option. Sadly, I couldn't get rid of all the pink on the backpack. The plastic buckles I did not want to risk painting on because I knew that acrylic would just chip off and fabric paint would just end up peeling off, so those had to stay pink. Big shout out to Carolyn Grace Studios and Dice Rolling Devil for helping me with the theme of this backpack. Carolyn Grace suggested nature and Dice Rolling Devil suggested blue, and I combined both of those into this backpack. On the front pocket, I painted some mountains, and I did the same thing on the back. I kept the mountain designs very simple because this was a very large 3D project with a lot of different mixing and colors, and I knew I didn't want to make this process take any longer than it needed to go. I even put a few mountains over the JanSport logo, which I covered up in very, very many layers of paint to try and make it smooth. It didn't really work. It's still very much raised from the surface, and you can tell I covered up a logo, but I tried. Here's the backpack and boots all finished. The backpack was really fun and I'm really happy with it. The inside is still white and pink, but I'm not painting the inside of this backpack. Nobody's gonna see that. And I'm really happy with the boots too. This wasn't very creative, it was more practical because I was tired of them being dirty and I needed them to match my work uniform a little bit better. But I thought it would be fun to film them anyways. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!